TeamMossMakers
balance
is massively imbalanced, so it's all going to be on Shark Week to destroy them as poor Commander C. Every time Commander C plays this game, this happens. Every time without fail. Wait, no. He can use his magical powers of DC to cause somebody on MossMakers to DC, and they can win through that. Yeah, I've seen it happen before. I don't know how he does it. It just happens that way. So, rebalance Reno. Exactly. Sharky Lol says, we'll see you Saturday. Gonna go stream on my dead channel. Bye-bye, daddy. Sharky, we will see you Saturday. Yes, because you are on the new team, Dark Sigma, I think is your team name for the Legends series, which is going to be playing Saturday. Right. So guys, you should come out and hang out on Saturday for that. As Sharky Lolbot, who we just saw in the last game, play a pretty darn nice Zed in the mid lane with some good ganks in the bottom lane going down. But we are into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Kelton. Duocaster is Wraith. He's totally awesome. You don't have to go follow any channels that he's on because he doesn't stream, because he's only hanging out here, because how cool is he to do that? I mean, seriously, he's pretty awesome about that. And we shoutcast random games that you guys get to join every Tuesday. So if you hit that follow button, you can be sure to be updated when we're doing this more often in the future, as it is going to be Darius and Thresh banned away from Team Shark Week, as MossMaker is going to ban the super new and still super powerful, unless she gets, I think she might have already been hot fixed, as Wraith was talking about last week, Irelia and the Jungle Massacre monster of Kha'Zix coming in.
Yeah, Aurelia, she got her base AD reduced, her base armor reduced, her base Q damage reduced, her healing from passive reduced, her tankiness from W reduced, the damage from her W reduced, the stun duration from her E reduced, and the slow and disarm duration from her ultimate reduced.
So basically, she laid out all of the cards that make up everything that she has, and Riot just like wrist slapped everything a little bit.
So what happened was they released her, and she was, okay, this is what happened. I don't play top lane. I don't play, hey, Jin, I'm rooting for your team, Commander C. You have my heart. Or at least 4 bullets. Anyway, so what happened was, like, I played all for one, and we got randomly placed onto Aurelia.
Oh my goodness.
I don't play top lane. I don't like melee range champions as a rule. Playing Aurelia in a 1v1 versus Lee Sin, I ended up, I think, with 14 kills and 0 deaths before the end of it. I think I died like twice and got like 18 kills. She was busted. If you could land your abilities with her, she's so tanky. Just stupid.
Oh.
What's up, Jake?
Oh, I broke it. I busted it. Wraith, I am back. I apologize. That was my fault.
You broke it.
I broke it super hard. Rip.
I've been sitting.
Jake.
I've been talking.
No, you were only gone for like 2 seconds.
I've been speaking and you cut me off.
I did. You're talking too much.
I'm deeply offended. I quit.
No, you can't quit, my duocaster. No, that would be so sad. On my birthday as well. That'd be terrible. We are going to jump into this, and then you can go back to your analysis on Aurelia, but keeping it under 30 seconds or less. Phantom of Temp picking up the Yi. Seen him play that before. He actually can become quite a monster if he starts to get snowballing. Rutthorn 2, welcome to the stream. We actually forgot to run through champions and their players last game, which is really sad. We'll do it this time around. Tarek picked up for the bottom lane, so looking for those beautiful ultimates in the middle of 5v5s, and then Alistar and Kai'Sa picked up by TeamMossMakers so far to a pretty powerful bottom lane with that CC of the Alistar straight into Kai'Sa's damage, and then Ketchup picking up a Katarina as well. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, the Kai'Sa could possibly be in the jungle, but you're right. If Alamagicat and I'm thinking it go bot lane together, Kai'Sa and Alistar are super potent post 6 because she can just engage once Alistar engages, and Kai'Sa's all in is pretty crazy. once she gets a couple of items under her belt, especially after she gets Death's Dance. I'm looking for her to start Doran's Ring if she's actually in lane, though. The Ezreal banned away in spite of the fact that it looks like there's already an ADC showing.
No, she could be going jungle, though. She does have that smite
prop.
prop.
Know that.
This is true. This is true. So some of those bans... Also, we have seen Ezreal jungle, though not in a long time. And then recently I've seen him both picked for top lane and mid lane, which is...
That doesn't mean it's good.
Oh, this is very true, but that doesn't mean that they could not just want to avoid that annoyance and ban him away, as it is the GP and Vi. I think someone on TeamMossMakers saw the power of Vi in the last game and decided that it was a good opportunity to ban her away this time around, not wanting her in their game, as the last ban coming out from Team Shark Week, more than likely either a top laner or probably a top laner. Or no one. It was no one! Ha! Look at these predictions. So sick on these predictions.
Absolutely insane, Jay.
Jin unsure of who to ban away. Commander C decides to play it safe and ban no one. Because strategies. And Leaf Boy
really,
now picking for TeamMossMakers.
Declaration to the enemy team. We're not scared of you. Do your worst. Bring your Yasuo. We don't need to ban it away. We've got Riven, the two most flamey champions. Hold on a second. No, we've got Katarina, we've got Yasuo, we've got Riven, and Master freaking Yi. All the tilt champions in the game. Can we get a Tryndamere main, a Jax main, and let me see who else is tilty?
Can I just say right now that Fizz. Oh my goodness. Okay. Before Magus Z even picks up, though Zed is a pretty good pick for that one, I just have to say, ladies and gentlemen, with all of these snowball champs in the game, it is true. Winter is coming. Because one of these teams is going to get snowballing, and one of them is going to face roll the other team. Or it could be an awesome, even matched up game, and with a Camille pick for the top lane, I don't even know what to expect out of this game, but I'm excited to watch it.
This is not an evenly matched game. Nothing in this game it's impossible for this to be evenly matched. Because if Master Yi gets ahead, if Riven gets ahead, if Fizz gets ahead...
Well, that's what I mean, evenly on snowball potential.
If Yasuo or Camille gets
snow. I mean, everyone's snowball. It is true.
Snowballs too.
It is winter time in the League of Legends client, apparently, for this game around. But we're going to roll through the players and their champions real quick before we get into this very exciting game. I'm looking for a lot of kills, honestly, out of this one. As Commander C 2121 starting us off for Team Shark Week, playing Jin in the bottom lane AD carry role. We've got Phantom of Temp playing Master Yi in the jungle. Rapthorn 2, welcome to the stream, playing Tarek in the bottom lane support, still with the aggressive Ignite. GTOPD with the Riven in the top lane, and last but not least, bringing out the very old, but I still sometimes ban this champion even though he's not played because I hate him so much, Fizz in the mid lane. Oh boy. Give it away for TeamMossMakers, Wraith.
So for TeamMossMakers, we've got Matchcat on Alistar in the bot lane support role. We've got I'm Thinking It on Kai'Sa in the ADC role. We've got SKT1 Ketchup on Katarina in the mid lane. Leaf Boy taking Yasuo in possibly the top lane. And Camille, Magus Z rounding it out in the jungle.
Can we just always call Yasuo that, though? You can't just say, you know, Leaf Boy. You have to say Leaf Boy, because I mean that's his name, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, so snowball across the map. It is truly a snowball fight. I wish we had the ability in ARAM to throw out those Poro snowballs and bounce to other people, because seriously, Master Yi is broken on that. Besides the point, I'm not going to argue it too much. Let's talk about this mid lane matchup, because Fizz hasn't been seen in an eternity, and Katarina can snowball so hard, but early game is fairly squishy. Fizz does have teleport, We could see Fizz in the top lane and Riven go mid against Katarina. As it's a jungle Camille. Okay, let's just argue this. Katarina mid lane or Yasuo mid lane and Cat top for TeamMossMakers. Because I'm thinking Cat mid, Yasuo top, but they could trade it up.
Yeah, Cat mid, Yasuo top is my go-to. Yasuo versus Riven it's still Riven favored. But Yasuo or Katarina versus Riven seems really Riven favored. So I feel like Riven's gonna have an easier time against Katarina than she will against Yasuo. Fizz Katarina is fairly even. Katarina has a bit easier time trading against Fizz with just Qs, as she has range and doesn't have to actually commit to anything, whereas Fizz has to commit resources to harass Katarina. So I definitely think Katarina, good matchup for Fizz. Riven, slightly good matchup for Yasuo. So keeping it the way it is favors both teams. So I doubt there'll be much of a swap.
Okay, so Rezdra just broke my mind as he pointed out that Team Shark Week has the Fizz with the Shark Bait ultimate. So that is why he picked up the Fizz. Shark Week truly coming into play. We'll have to see if he can eat some champions on the enemy team. Will we see... My brain just died. Jaws come out this game, or will it be a little piranha? We'll have to wait and find out once we get into game. But if you had to predict a team, who would you predict?
Before you say anything, can we please get the skin that rather than one big shark, that it's just like a host of piranhas that eat the person?
Oh, Piranha Fizz. And instead of one shark, it's a whole bunch of piranhas to just froth up out of the river. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I won't lie, that would be pretty awesome.
So, predictions. Let's see. Talking about ease of execution, presence of CC. The matchup seems tilted a little bit in the favor of, I think it's TeamMossMakers. The Kai'Sa, Katarina, Yasuo, and Camille. Kai'Sa outscales Jhin unless Jhin is ahead. Katarina seems to have a better matchup into Fizz, though that could go either way. The reason I say Yasuo over Riven is because Alistar is on this side. That gives great combo and team fight potential between the two of them. Camille, good side lane pressure in the late game, as well as being able to lock down one target post level 6. That can keep Fizz from troll pulling away, though he can troll pull the ultimate, and I believe cause it to fizzle. Get it? Fizzle. Sorry.
Oh. So
I'm just
talking about the Alistar, especially with the Camille, that's something to note is the power combination between this team. Camille locking somebody up within that ultimate they cannot escape, which then allows the enemy or the allies to, like Katarina, to be able to dash in, use her ultimate freely because they're not able to flash out or escape, and then can continue to harass damage down on the enemy players. That being said, on the opposite side, something I'm noting negatively for them is the fact that this Taric on his ultimate wants the team to be close to him so that everyone's able to get procs of that invincibility for the period of time after it lands. However, all of the members of his team, or almost all of them, are very, very high mobility. Jhin, the only one who's not, is going to be playing pretty far back. As we have Riven, who's going to be hopping all around. We've got Yi, who's going to be dashing into the enemy team. You've got Fizz, that's going to be hopping up on his little playful trickster pole. All of those things combined means that it might actually be difficult for Taric to even land that ultimate on his allies because they're going to be moving around so much. We'll have to see if he can manage that.
Let me tell you, though, I would hate to be an ADC in this game because everything in this game is designed to kill ADCs. I mean, you've got Katarina, Camille, and Yasuo, and a hard engage Alistar. I mean, crap, even Kai'Sa is designed to kill ADCs. And then you've got Fizz, Yi, and Riven, I mean, okay, so you do have Tarek, whose poor, thankless job. If Jin doesn't have, like, if Jin has less than 7 deaths at the end of this game, if red team gets snowballing, then that's like an automatic, at least honorable mention for Rapthorn too, if he plays well, or honorable mention for Commander C if he positions well. It depends, one of the two. So either it's going to be Tarek saving the Jin or Jin saving himself with excellent positioning. But I'm thinking it and Commander C to die a ton this game if one of the assassins gets fed. And
looks like a little fancy poking up here in the top lane. Both of them taking the extra poke, but it is going to be Ketchup that finds the bad side of the favor in the mid lane. Riven ignited, flashes the tornado as well, but Camille has already moved in, going to find Yi. Phantom of Temp maybe going down here. Double buff and first blood picked up by TeamMossMakers. Camille, Z, Magus Z, playing a beautiful invade, went over the wall where Yi was not expecting, straight into the bush to be able to wait for the Yi to get low and then go in. Now in the top lane, getting the slowdown with the red buff proc onto Cag Fancy. He's gonna have to Playful Trickster his way to safety, but the flash in from both of the enemy members, and that's gonna be a second kill over TZ Magus, to playing a crazy jungle Camille in the second game of tonight.
yeah, so not who I thought was going to take over the early game, really. I was expecting Camille to kind of sit back, farm, maybe do some invading and get level 6 to get a confirmed gank. But using the hook shot in the early game to put down some pressure, getting damage down onto Key, getting first blood, and then taking that advantage straight top with double buffs and getting a kill onto his top laner, technically mid laner, though what you said about the lane swap did in fact happen. However, hold on.
Ooh, ignite to Kaisa in the bottom lane, but Leaf Boy in the mid lane maybe going down. Yi wanting revenge, got his red buff, and now one more auto attack will take the Yasuo out. So it's not the Camille, but still gonna get revenge. Nice stun onto the Alistar in the bottom lane. He's on the run. Jin's got the 4-shot ready, but he burns it on a minion! Oh, that's so heartbreaking. I'm thinking it now, ready to go back in, trying to get heals off of the minions, but there's still potential for Rapthorn with a great stun to land this one up. Gets the stun down. Commander C has 4th shot. Alistar tries to get in. It's very low, but the 5th shot of the snare comes through, and Commander C picks up a kill in the bottom lane for Team Shark Week.
I am so happy. While the 4th shot is such a heartbreaker onto the minion wave, I can't say that I haven't done it myself. You misclicking on Jin is so punishing, because when you misclick on Jinx, who has like 2.5 attack speed.
Oh, Riven with a nice double stun, tries to get out, avoids the tornado as well. Yasuo goes deep underneath the turret, Ignite's ticking away. He's gonna be taken down as it's a 1-for-1 trade, as Riven almost gets out of a very hairy gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, that was not worth for Yasuo, because really Riven's forced back at that time, and you could push in 2, maybe 3 waves to tower. Hold on, Magus Z is on all in with Phantom of Temp.
Yeah, but Phantom Temp does have the red buff, which is going to slow Magus Z's a little bit in the aggression side. Also going to take 2 free turret shots? What? Okay, all right. So Camille just has to walk away from that one, as not the way that he wanted. Thought he could clear the minions, get the caster minions to go deep underneath the turret, so potentially get some more damage onto the Yi, but not going to find it. Instead, goes for the the Scuttle Crab in the river. Now, it is an Infernal Drake start, and so both teams on these snowballing champions are going to want to get that when they get the opportunity. Riven with a nice stun, gets the shield to avoid a lot of the tornado damage. Leaf Boy very low. Neither of these two in the mid lane have ignite, but Yasuo's will be up in just a moment. But one more auto attack from Riven cleans him up, as he didn't have any minions to dash to, and that's going to be a 2-1-1 Riven in the mid lane. GTOPD playing a great game so far. Camille now looking for an engage, but with the double bottom laners from TeamMossMakers may be able to find it. They get the CC exhaust just to be sure, and that's going to be a kill in the mid lane for Mossmakers. Now tied 4-4.
Yep, that roam up from the ADC and support definitely helping out a lot, because Riven could have pushed that and maybe a second wave into tower and denying XP. And this is because of that. It looks like this is going to be Infernal Drake, barring a steal by Phantom of Tempt.
And he's done this before, however, he is going to be seen by the Control Ward. Infernal is still pretty healthy. Over 2,000 health will slowly drop down there. Now there are the pings. The Phantom Attempt knows that they are there. He could try to Blast Cone himself, but it's already smited away by Camille. And a nice Alistar knockback keeps him from going over the wall. However, he is finding himself in trouble. Master Yi has some pretty good damage, but is going to be taken out. Camille getting credit for that last hit kill in the top lane. It's going to be the engage with the Jaws on Ketchup. Dun-dun, dun. Oh! Oh, the outplay from Ketchup with the Shun Po to the dagger. Beautifully played.
That wasn't an outplay. That was Cag Fancy trying to BM and do the cool guys don't look at explosions. He had the burn down and was trying to be slick.
Oh,
Hold on,
snare onto Magic Cat. The Ignite's down as well. Rapthorn a little aggressive there and maybe excited about finishing off a kill onto that Alistar, but he had his ultimate up, so it wasn't going to take too much damage get the recall off. But that means that Kai'Sa's in a spot of trouble if they decide to try to dive or do anything engage-wise. Now, the Jhin is low mana, so gonna have to play safe on that one. But even still, it is even Stevens between these two teams, pretty even on gold as well. No snowball truly started for either team just yet, besides the Camille. 4-0-1, doing all the work for her team so far this game.
Wherever Magus Z goes, there tends to be kills of some kind. Yeah, so, however, as I said, the Riven matchup in the mid lane definitely, hold on, this is snare, it's probably a kill.
Yeah, easily kill.
With Aftershock.
Rapthorn doing some amazing work on this Taric, landing stun after stun and really making it look easy for Commander C to walk up and just throw down that fourth shot, cleaning up kills as Rapthorn misses and hits a minion. But Yi accidentally gets some damage onto the Camille, however, is probably going to be picked up here as he's healing up, waiting for a teammate to come to his rescue, but no teammate is here, and Magus Z able to pick up a kill once again in the jungle. Now full kill participation as Riven cleans up the Yasuo once again in the mid lane. 4, 5, and 0. In the top lane, Fizz going down, Katarina getting credit for that one as Camille aggressively goes in once again. Rapthorn underneath the turret, uses the ultimate, knocked back, forced to flash, very low health, but Commander C wants the kill, however, unable to find it. Both heal and flash used, and now I'm thinking he's gonna get a kill by moving in, uses the heal as well just to get aggressively, but the rockets fly back to the minions. It's only an auto attack away, and I'm thinking it barely sneaks away a kill on the Jhin. Oof, that was a play in the bottom lane.
Yeah, miscommunication going through between the support and the ADC when Tart dropped his ultimate, and they forced the flash from Alistar. Tart backed off, whereas Commander C backed off, whereas Tart went in.
Riven ult is down. Wind Slash is going to finish off the Yasuo. Flash forced out from the Riven as well, as Camille had shown herself in the mid lane. And now there are pings onto the Yi, who's moving around. Kai'Sa also moving up. This could be a 2v3, and it looks like the Yi is going to be taken down once again. The rotations from MossMakers just too much for him to follow. And Riven backing up to now a second tier turret. Is Taric going to be engaged upon? However, it is still the 6-0 Camille that's coming in, looking for damage onto the Jhin. The exhaust is down, double buffs as well. Riven around the corner, the sun goes down, stopping Camille. She gets shut down. Riven picks up the kill, and now the Jhin ultimate starts trying to get the slow onto the Alistar. One more shot should take him out. He dodges it. Oh, the fourth shot! Commander C with the predictions picks up the kill. The stun goes down onto the Kai'Sa. I'm thinking it on the run. Riven could try to chase in, but the Yasuo has respawned in the top lane. Fancy going to be taken out with an Ignite. Ketchup starting to get some kills up there, 2-0-1, as the Taric unable to find the stuns in the bottom lane due to the flash from the Yasuo, who also used Ignite. A super aggressive game. Love the blood, as I believe it is a Ocean Drake that is spawning next up, so neither team too excited about that. I thought for a second it was an Infernal, but I was sad.
Quote of the week, love the blood. Anyway.
That's Vladimir.
SKT1 Ketchup in a commanding lead over his opposite number. But Katarina not being in the mid lane, having been rotated up toward the top side of the map, makes him a lot less potent. Katarina usually gets in business around the mid game by getting one kill. Hold on, possibly another? No, it's just a stun. bit of damage, but gets in business around the mid game by getting an advantage and then roaming it to other lanes. However, there are no lanes close enough.
Yeah, Magus is here, though, looking for the engage. Shark starts the ultimate immediately. Nice stun up onto the Kaisa as well as the Alistar. So he's unable to follow up the engage from that Camille. Really a beautiful play by this Rapthorn, not only throwing down the ultimate immediately, but the double stun onto the support to keep that re-engage from happening. Another stun as well stops Alistar from following up after the head, but Kaisa goes in, gets good damage onto Taric. Rapthorn on the run. However, he will not be taken down yet.
Yeah, if Jin had fallen...
double your kill over for Riven.
Yeah, this is a kill.
Kill for Fizz? No, not there.
Yeah, as I said in Champ Select, it's Riven favored in the mid lane, Katarina favored in the top lane, and Jin favored early, Kaisa favored late in the bot lane.
So Riven handedly winning the mid lane so far, 6-2, now tying things up with a Camille on the opposite side. Would love to see these two white-haired women go head-to-head in a matchup, solo 1v1. Fight it, Dragon Pit! But instead, Camille's gonna take, Riven's gonna take the mid lane turret. Yi coming around with the ultimate. Katarina's already taken out one. Yi has the red buff for the slows. However, that is Katarina with no one else and 0 CC to stop her, cleaning up 2 quick kills in the top lane. And now it's something else for Shark Week to have to worry about as Riven goes deep underneath the turret, gonna find herself 1v2 and trade her life. Camille sneaking in for another kill, making that trade now, both of them with 7 kills.
Yeah, Riven now starting to run away with it. When, like, Conqueror came out, gave Riven amazing damage potential. So really, Yasuo is just getting a demonstration of what happens when Riven gets too far ahead. He really can't even approach the minion wave. I'm thinking it, just trying to farm up best she can until late game when they can really start dueling. Though they're at the phase where if Alistar wanted to pull an engage...
Oh, he's gonna, engage onto the Jin. As you're saying it, the predictions are real. Snare goes down onto Aloe Magic Cat. He continues to go in, pushing Commander C back. Kaisa goes deep underneath the turret. Tark finds the stun! I'm thinking it! What are you thinking? Is going to be taken out. Jin with the assist on that one as Camille continues to just find this Yi and kill him over and over in the jungle. Something I wanted to note was that Jin had Infinity Edge in that engage, whereas Kaisa was still sitting on pieces. Now she's finished her Rage Blade, but it was recently nerfed 2 patches ago, so it's still not as good of a start.
Rage Blade first? Oh no, Death's Dance.
Oh, Death's Dance. I'm sorry. Those two look very similar, but pick up Death's Dance instead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if she went Rage Blade first, she's screwed. Rage Blade first is no longer good on anybody like Kog'Maw.
I love this trade here. Riven heading towards the top lane. She's doing very well for herself, and so she should have the CC as well to stop Katarina if Katarina decides to go in. Now, 4-0 is a little bit scary, but Fizz going to try to chase Yasuo around in the mid lane. Yi there as well to help out, but in the bottom lane, Tark starts the ultimate. Can he get down fast enough? And it does! That's going to be the Aloe Magic Cat falling. Jin picking up kill for that one as Tark trades this ADC over and will lose his life as well. Camille doing the nice thing and donating it to the Kaisa as Yasuo... I kind of, at the end of this game, have to go back and watch and see how Yasuo was able to escape that. I have to. Remind me to do that, because Yasuo lived, and I really want to go back and watch how that happened. But Yi's going to chase him in underneath the turret. Doesn't get the kill. Yasuo with the outplay picks it up. Camille cleaning up the bottom lane turret with the help of that Kaisa. Fizz goes in deep, but the Ignite is ticking away. Riven tries to dive in now. Has the... Oh, nice ultimate there to flash in. Uses the Ignite as well. Maybe picking up one. Cag Fancy gets the trade, but the turret shot, will it be enough? He lives, and eventually Shark Week comes out in a very small lead as a 2v2 trade in the top lane, and Camille solos the Ocean Drake.
Yeah. So that, when you said bloody, when you said sure to snowball, it's actually, I was wrong. That is staying remarkably even, not because no one's snowballing, because everyone's snowballing.
Everyone's snowballing. That's exactly what I was going to say at the beginning of the game. Nice double stun down onto the Camille. She starts the ultimate, getting good damage onto Commander C. Will it be enough? Magus lives for the moment, but Yi is coming in looking for that red buff. Tarek with the shutdown stun finishes that Camille off, and she has fallen a second time. Aloe Magicat should be an easy clean up, but it is still double Drakes over to TeamMossMakers with that scaling damage. You're talking about Katarina with an Infernal and an Alistar with an Ocean. These are good champions to have. Those Drakes on mid lane turret going to fall as GTOPD is able to try to defend now against the minion wave pushing in. Has dealt fine with the Yasuo before, forcing him to back up in the top lane. The Katarina starts the ultimate, but the Zanya's to stop the no, that is the stopwatch, I'm sorry, from the Katarina to stop the ultimate from Fizz for getting any more damage on that one. And I think Tarek is trying to snowball this game as well. I mean, seriously, Tarek is like, you know what, everyone else is snowballing, I'm gonna snowball too. 4-0 and 4.
Yeah, and have you seen how OP, oh wait, Riven AFK. So have you seen how OP Ocean Drake on Katarina is? I mean, it gives her infinite mana.
Somebody
Literally.
on the stream, Cag Fancier Phantom, you can pause the game. Oh, she's reconnected. Okay, so that's why they didn't pause the game. Never mind. Riven's back. She pretended she was trying to bait the enemy team into a 4-man push in the mid lane so she could get a quadra kill. That's what was going on. I got it. 33 kills in 16 minutes. It is a very, very bloody game. As 19 kills to 17, still only 1,000 gold in the lead for TeamMossMakers, but that has traded hands several different times. Pings here in the river. Yasuo may walk into them both as Cag Fancy gonna find himself a Katarina going in once again, but Riven around the corner. She flashes forward, gets the kill, gets the reset on the Shumpo, and now goes right back underneath the turret. But Riven finally finds the CC, the stun as well with the ult. Double stun onto Camille once again. Jin tries to get the snare, not gonna find it. The damage is going down. However, Tarek ultimate gonna negate a lot of it. Jin wants a finished kill. Can he get one more shot onto Magus? No! Oh, Kaisa finishes him off before that shot could be going down, and the heals from Camille's is coming out huge to keep him alive in these fights, as they are going to shove down mid lane now. 3 members. Rift Herald still on the map.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker for Jin, but 4v2 almost getting a turnaround kill. Immaculate play out of the Tarek. He's playing out of his mind. Like I said in the early game, if he manages to keep his ADC alive, that's something worth an MVP. Hold on, and this is going to be, I'm thinking of going down.
Well, that's what happens in snowball games, is some people get to the point where they're just like, up, and he's dead. Kind of like we saw earlier with, I believe it was the Riven, or the Katarina facing off against Fizz. You're just like, and Fizz is dead again. Okay, all right. You know, sometimes.
Yeah,
Fade lol, that was low. That was a low hit, bro.
What do you
low
say?
hit. Nothing at all. Camille soloing the Rift Herald. You're going to be able to pick that one up for the team as no one is there to contest. 10, 2, and 5. Trinity Force picked up as well. So very strong in this game. Finally, I believe it was Jin actually who hit the bush here by Blue Buff, as Yi has been killed there so many times. So just making sure that Camille wasn't there. Instead, she was a Rift Herald. Top lane turret going to be going down. Katarina catch up, picking that one up as Camille goes in. Once again, now onto the Tarek. Yi is here as well, though. Red buff on this Camille going to help out a lot. Can they finish him off? She flashes in for the kill. Dash to the wall. Dash back in for the Tarek. Very low health trying to get the kill. The flash forward for Commander C. Heals to try to get the range on the last auto attack, but Alistar's in for a flash knockup. Beautiful play, and he's going to be able to guarantee Katarina 2 kills and the Riven on the run, but she is the only one left alive, as that is a quick 4-man wipe for TeamMossMakers.
Yeah, that is an incredible advantage for them right now, and is the question with this kind of a thing is, can they get more? And it looks like they're headed on to the Baron right now. This is an excellent call. Riven in the mid lane, but Yi going toward the bot side of the map, not understanding where the pressure is right now. And this is a free Baron over there.
Yeah,
there's on top of the elemental drakes. Objective game strongly in the hands of MossMakers right now. That's what's going to determine this game, not kills.
Well, I could even say objective game strongly in the hand of Magus Z, who has played that beautifully so far, picked up both Drakes for the team, as well as now initiated the Rift Herald and Baron pickups for the team on top of that. Though I will say that Yi is one of those that you really do question whether or not he could 1v4 against an Alistar Yasuo with so much CC to steal away the Drake. Stun there onto the Yasuo, just slowing him down. Yi goes in deep though, he may be in trouble. Avoids the slow, tries to heal himself to safety, but not going to be enough. Jhin now getting engaged upon on the sidelines, but the tower finishes off Leaf Boy as he stuck around a bit too long, and the stuns onto Katarina too much. Ult from Fizz gonna knock up 2. The ult from Camille going to lock up 3. Will it be enough to finish off everyone? She's picked up 1, picks up 2, wants the 3rd. He's one more auto attack, and it's a triple kill for Magus, who has just put this team on his back and said, yes, I am the Snowball King, and this game is in my favor.
Yeah, and Magus, after they take down this inhib and maybe doing, no, they've got Baron and Death Timers for 20 more seconds. They can ram this into the Nexus turret and maybe get one more, but no, it looks like they're going back, and yes, collapsing back onto this Infernal Drake, what I was about to say. But yeah, that's a little bit of damage onto a Nexus tower, and the all-important inhibitors down, so it's going to be Baron-empowered super minions, and I'm thinking it making the clutch play of tossing his jungler outside of the pit. Really,
no, it was his support. Knocking the support backwards. That Alistar was, I'm thinking a couple of dark thoughts towards my ADC. Maybe next time I won't save him with a heal when I could, after being knocked backwards away from the Dragon Pit. But double Infernals on a 15-2-5 Camille and 9-3 Katarina. At this point, is there anything Shark Week can do to get back into this game?
Let's see. Let's take a look at the gold distribution right now. Yi is not in a good spot.
The ultimate there from Yasuo. Oh, Cat Fancy with a nice outplay in the top lane. Just 1v1, avoiding a lot of those auto attacks and using that Playful Trickster to keep being on the move with a nice just 1v1 outplay there for the Fizz.
So Fizz getting fed would definitely help them out. The problem is Riven has still gone total damage. Whereas if the thing is in a game against big assassins, if as a damage dealer, you can get enough damage. You don't need to have, like, when you're playing against tanks as an ADC, this is a decent example. When you're playing against tanks as an AD carry, you know you need to dish out the most damage possible. So you need to get your triple crit and armor pen rather than focusing directly onto say a GA or something like that. But going defense in a game where everybody's dealing damage, they don't have any resists. You don't necessarily, so a 1500 damage crit onto a tank with 500 armor is, let's say deals 600 damage to them. Well, if you're just gonna deal 600 damage to an assassin anyway, getting a little bit of defense under your belt so you can get more than 2 auto attacks out is a pretty big deal.
Ooh, Cag Fancy forced a flash.
Might die.
Ignite ticking away, and it will be taken down just by that Ignite purely. At this point in the game, we are nearly 25 minutes into it. The levels on the Katarina going to be enough, and Commander C going to be taken out. Magus easily able to pick up 1, should be able to pick up a 2nd as well. Doesn't matter that she's underneath a couple turret shots, and that should be the game in short order, as he's going to finish off the bottom lane turret as well. Top lane turret going to fall fairly quickly. Rapthorn trying to do what he can to keep the Riven alive. In a 2v4 moment, he does throw down the ultimate, but the MossMakers just back up. And so now that is a huge ult from Rapthorn that has been gone. Now Alistar with a double knockup into the last breath. Beautifully played by MossMakers to wait out those skills and abilities. Gonna be able to clean up the Riven as well with a nice rocket launch from the Kaisa and finish it off. And that's going to be the Nexus turrets falling as well. Nexus in short order. Yi tries to get what he can down, but flashes back onto the fountain, still dies. I'm thinking it picks up that one. Magic taking up the fountain for the rest of the team, but that's going to be the execute on him. Very low health on the Jhin. He's trying to heal up, but the Kaisa goes down, stepping too far forward. The Jhin steps off the fountain and goes down. The same fate for the Fizz, and they're just adding some extra kills to their stats before the super minion in the mid lane pushes down the Nexus and finishes it off. Magus. Being some BM at the very end of the game. TeamMossMakers take a fantastic win.
Indeed, Jake, they do.
No! I hit continue! Crap!
Well, that's fine.
I can't see what the Yasuo did to escape. I'll have to look at the mini-map afterwards. I'm gonna have to do a zoom in on the mini-map and see where he ran, because I really was excited to see the Yasuo escape, but I got too excited at the end of the game and clicked escape. Shame on me.
All right, so we're about to get in and we're going to do MVPs, honorable mentions, and shout outs. So we'll start with Team Shark Week. So Shark Week ended up losing the game, unfortunately. However, they managed to put up a pretty good fight in a game that probably should have ended up with a crazy snowball in one way or the other, and it did end that way. But it stayed fairly even for the majority of the game. So Shark Week, looking at MVPs and honorable mentions, I'm going to give honorable mention over to the Riven, and there are a couple of reasons for this. She got all in pretty early, but did end up getting the kill and then snowballed it from there. She played her laning phase well, but didn't take that advantage around the map and get the rest of her team ahead. So that's why it's an honorable mention and not an MVP. MVP goes over to Rapthorn for amazing Taric play. What I did say, and even though Commander C did die more than 7 times, Rapthorn managed to use the stuns effectively in lane.
He was a god.
Yeah, layer down the CC in bot lane with Jin's W, get him some decent kills. But more what I was looking at is that Magus came bot lane 2 or 3 times. Leaf Boy came bot lane. I think Ketchup came bot lane once. And they didn't die much in laning phase because of Rapthorn's positioning, using his stuns effectively and his ultimate to keep one or both of them alive in a situation, and often getting counter kills when they shouldn't have gotten counter kills.
I mean, they killed Camille and shut her down several times in the bottom lane because of those stuns and plays. I mean, that is a good Taric support.
Yeah, so Taric playing the support role, even on a losing side, very, very well. So that gives him the MVP. Honorable mention going over to GTOPD. So for the winning team, for TeamMossMakers, we are going to give the MVP and the honorable mention. So MVP, well, let's go with honorable mention over to Ketchup. Basically, winning lane, snowballing, and toward the end of the game, started moving around the map. MVP, Magus. Because early game, level 2 gank, setting Fizz behind that was a very even lane to start with. Magus got first blood onto the Yi, set him behind, got the double buffs, or got the buffs from him. Then went top lane, killed Fizz, forced the TP back to lane, and basically got 2 different positions snowballing at the same time, and then moved into the mid lane where he didn't necessarily get a lot done, but relieved pressure on Leaf Boy, then went bot lane, relieved pressure in a losing lane. So just all over the map, and his objective control was immaculate. So definitely deserving of the MVP. All right. So I think that's everything. Anything you want to say?
No, except for, as always, remind me once again, the honorable mention is SKTT1 Ketchup for the winning team.
Yeah, honorable mention is Ketchup for the winning team.
Just double checking that as I write down all of my stats to make sure that I enter it. As you guys, if you still are on the stream, can check out below on the Discord. It is, we do count all of those honorable mentions and MVPs, stack them up so you can see where your ranking is regarding that. The more you play, the more you can get those honorable mentions and MVPs, and can potentially get into first place in there. I think it is